Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to the Lovely Wolf Den. I'm Nadia and I'm turning 20 in a month. As of today, meaning the day that this video gets uploaded, I have exactly 1 month until I turn 20. It's kind of wild to think about, but as my teenage years come to a close, I have been reflecting a lot on it and kind of want to share with the internet and things that I have learned throughout that time and hopefully take with me into my 20s. I kind of feel like I mentioned this in a live stream a while ago, so if you were there, you've heard me talk about this already, but I've kind of come to the conclusion that the 20s are the terrible twos of adulthood, because I feel like while in your teenage years you go through major transitions, your 20s are like even more of that because it's the pure hello, welcome to adulthood, you're here, responsibilities, taxes, insurance, all that stuff go. And it's just like, ooh, all right, let's get started. Yeah, I feel a lot of people struggle in their early 20s while they're like a great time. It's the best of times and it's the worst of times and all of that. So I'm going in with some pretty high hopes that it's going to be a really great time, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to focus on my teenage years and things that I have learned. So yeah, I've kind of compiled them into just a few short things, so hopefully this video won't be too long, but who knows. First thing that I would say that I learned throughout looking back at my teen years is that it is okay to be happy. As you're growing up, especially in your teen years, you want to do so many things, you're finding out so much about yourself, you're learning who you are as a human, and you know, a lot of people, especially older people around you, they tell you, oh, you know, be who you want, like be yourself, go out there and like show the world who you are. And then when who you are isn't something that they like, it's just, oh, not that. Having to work through that is pretty difficult, and having to realize that who you are is okay, and what makes you happy is okay to do as long as it doesn't hurt anyone else. So bottom line is, hopefully I will take that into my 20s, being things that make me happy and who I am as a person that makes me happy. I want to be able to exhibit that and be okay with it and not let anyone else really dictate how I should be and whatnot. So second thing that I've learned is that I am not running out of time. So I have had a lot of friends that are older than me. You know, my sister is 4 years older than me, and I knew a lot of her friends. My best friend Chris is 2 years older than me. So I feel like I've had a good grasp of people being older than me, and I've seen a lot of people enter their 20s already and work through that. And I've noticed something, even with my own generation and people, my own peers around me, I've noticed that a lot of people have the mentality of like they're running out of time and they should be doing more with themselves. And I find myself in that position occasionally. Like sometimes I'll just be chilling and then I'll see like, I don't know, something Billie Eilish related. Billie Eilish is younger than me. And you know, I've seen all the amazing and incredible things that she's accomplished, and I'm just like, what am I doing with my life? I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do all these things, like I should have done most of it already. And I feel like a lot of people get caught up in that and forget that they are not running out of time. You're still so young and there's still so much that life has to offer. I feel like a lot of my friends that I've seen already enter their 20s and go through it have had the thoughts, oh my gosh, I don't have the job that I want, I don't have a serious significant other, I feel like I need to like get married soon, there's other people around me getting married and all this stuff, and it's just like, wow, I need to be there also. And I feel kind of blessed that I was able to witness that, because it helped me ground myself into thinking, okay, no, I feel like I'm not ready for those types of things yet, and I feel like it's okay that I'm not ready for those types of things because I still have so much time left. 20s and teens especially, we're not old. We haven't lived that much life yet. In high school, I feel like a lot of people around me were just like, I need to find the one. Like, I need to be in a relationship and it needs to be the one and all that. And I'm not saying that that can't happen. I mean, my parents are a prime example of that. They're high school sweethearts, but I personally didn't find it necessary to have that settled in high school. Settling is just not the right way to go. I personally feel that thinking you're running out of time translates into I need to settle, and I don't like that mentality. So hopefully I'm able to take that into my 20s as well and not get super caught up in the I need to have my whole life figured out by the time I'm 21. Like, I don't want that to happen. So that's something else that I've learned. Number 3, I feel like this is kind of similar. There's no right way to do life. I feel like I have learned that very well. In my experience, I've noticed like some people may be thinking, okay, gotta go to school, I've gotta get good grades in high school, then I gotta go to a good college and I gotta get good grades there, then I gotta get a job, then I gotta do all that stuff. stuff. I feel like there's just no right way. There's no way that things should be. Living life is not a straight line. It is a sporadic zigzag mess of going all sorts of which ways for every single person, and it's just entirely different depending on who you are and what your experiences are and what your environment is. This kind of goes back to the whole I'm not running out of time thing. There's no way I feel like that one should be doing things, and so live in the moment and stuff. Another thing, basic is not boring. So, and I feel like I've just recently got a better grasp on this. Growing up, especially in my early teen years, I feel like I had the classic mentality, the whole I'm not like most girls thing that a lot of people go through, and I think that's really unfortunate. It's cringy that looking back, knowing that I used to be like that, because one, I was being judgmental to other females for being themselves, and then two, it's just like I'm secluding myself from making more friends. Other people have the same interests that you do, so you don't need to look down on those around you, if any of that makes sense. But like, so I used to be like that. I'm not like most girls. I had that phase. Like I said, it's really to look back on. Also nowadays, when things are trendy, it's lame if you do it. The whole, I feel like I've talked about this so much, but the whole like visco girl thing, it's just so sad to see it become like a big joke where it's just, oh, you wear scrunchies in your hair and you have a hydro flask and you wear lip gloss and big shirts that cover your shorts. How lame. You're like all those other visco girls. I don't like that kind of mentality, because it's just like when something's trendy, it's for a reason. It's because people like it. It's because it's popular. The word popular, I feel like, has so much negative connotation to it, and when it comes to stuff like that, there's no reason to be against it. I hate to bring astrology into this, but I'm an Aquarius, and I feel like by nature I'm just against the current, and I still struggle with this. When something is popular, at first I don't like it, because I'm just like, oh no, I don't need to be like everyone else. I'm different and all that. It's like an ego thing. You gotta work past that and then just be like, oh, wait a minute. This is cool. Next thing, I saw this in Cole Sprouse's Search the Internet. He said something so iconic that I feel like in that moment I heard it, everything changed. He said, don't yuck other people's yums.
I like it. The sweetness, the saltiness. I don't know why people hate on it so much. Just relax. Don't yuck other people's yums. Enjoy yourself.
So I feel like I have learned that very well, and I am still struggling to follow by it. So basically what that means is when someone else likes something, if you don't like it, be respectful. You don't need to make it a big deal that you don't like it. You don't need to hate on that person for liking something that you dislike. That's such a big part of culture nowadays, especially on social media. There will be such polarizing discussions on everything from pineapples on pizza to mint chocolate chip ice cream to Apple and Android. It's so easy to get caught up in those things. I feel like it's just so exhausting to be like that. And same thing goes for the opposite. If you like something and then someone else dislikes it, there's no need to make it a big deal. And I'm so guilty of doing that all the time. Just recently, I feel like I've gotten so much better at not doing that, because I'm very passionate about the things that I like and the things that I don't like. And I feel like I become so, when someone else disagrees, I'm just like, well, why do you disagree? How can I make sure you like it and stuff? I feel like an example, oh, this is so embarrassing, but I feel like an example of this is with Hamilton. So I'm a huge fan. Can you see it? The poster is right there. I'm a huge fan of Hamilton, the musical, and I'm just so obsessed with it. And one of my friends just didn't get it. Like, she didn't understand why it was like so popular. It wasn't really her thing, and she just wasn't. Granted, I feel like she also had the same sort of standoffishness to it because it was popular, but still, she just wasn't into it. Wasn't her jam. And I was like, oh, like, why don't you like it? It's Hamilton. It's so amazing. It's so fantastic. I need to make you like it and all that stuff. And I'm so guilty of doing that. I need to stop. And I feel like I have stopped a lot, but there's still so much work to be done. Yes, in conclusion, do not yuck other people's yums, and don't try to yum other people's yucks. I wrote notes and I've been reading off of this the whole time. So if you saw my eyes look down, that is why. So this is my second time doing a video like this where I just stand and talk. The first time I did this was with my video Things I Learned in My First Year of College. I feel like these types of videos are a little difficult. I would like to do more videos like this because, like I said last time, I do have things to say. I just need to figure out how to say it. So yeah, those are just a few things that I have been reflecting on a lot as my teenage years are coming to an end. Life is really happening now. Life is taking off, and I just, yeah, it's got me thinking a lot, and I've been just reflecting on life in general, and especially mine, and how I'm living mine and my mindset on things. So I feel like I went through a lot in my teenage years. That's just my little 2 cents on everything, and I hope that it was easy to follow. I feel like my thoughts get really scattered. If something didn't make sense to you, I'm very sorry. It made sense in my head, but yeah, with that, thank you so much for watching another Lovely Wolf video. As always, please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below anything you'd like to see any of the Lovely Wolf creators do, and follow our Patreon if you want more content from us. That link will be in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. Catch y'all later.